Chris, I'm not farting on this podcast. I promise. Oh, hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Did not see you there. How you doing? All right, now I got your attention. You know where you're at. You know what we're doing. But Chris has something he wants to get off his chest because I'm a little angry because the checks haven't come in the mail yet. So, Chris, you want to tell them what we're talking about? Go right ahead.
Okay, tonight we're talking about the second night of Great American Bash, but I watched a little bit of Fighter Fest night number 2 last night. And Cody Rhodes, I got beef with you. Okay. The first show we did after the Double or Nothing Casino Battle Royale, when Brian Cage came out and Taz was the manager, I said on that very next episode that they should bring back the FTW belt, put it on Brian Cage, and have him destroy the world. Okay. Lo and behold, I watched a little bit of AEW last night, and the FTW belt is put on Brian Cage.
It's like they're just like they're watching the show and they're just like, yeah, there it is. That's the future. That's it right there. That's it right there. Hold on, wait, Cody, you want to borrow my pen? I'll give it to you. Son of a bitch. Sign the check. Sign the check.
Arn Anderson's writing it down with a dry erase marker on his Waffle House menu.
If you guys want to know what we're thinking next, Cody Rhodes, Ricky Starks, FTR, there's your next four horsemen. So I'm sure in about 3 weeks we'll see those four.
No. It's going to be Paige, FTR, Cody. That's
you don't see Ricky Starks getting in there?
No.
Oh.
No. He's not white enough.
They would make it the 5 horsemen. They would make it the 5 horsemen just so like we're not like the regular 4 horsemen.
Well, I mean, if you remember in WCW, they had 5 members at one time.
Was that Steve Mondo McMichael? That guy is so trash. Oh, man. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video. And make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at Podcast Paradox. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We got the shirts up for sale. Check out these beauties. Look at those things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You see it? Yeah. If you don't see it on Chris's shirt, it's right behind him. I don't know if you guys can tell what that was. Don't forget, with every purchase of the shirt, you are getting a free Wrestling Paradox sticker right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's get into it. NXT Great American Bash number 2. Gab. Night 2. And we open up with LeRae versus Mia Yim in a street fight. But this wasn't really a street fight.
No.
This is a hardcore match.
Hey, how do you like it? Okay, LeRae comes out, and then Yim starts jumping her from behind, blah, blah, blah. And then she throws LeRae into the ring.
No way to start the match.
Hey, by the way, throws Yim into the steel steps, something that Roddy Strong should have done last week instead of jumping off of it.
They watched the show too.
Throws LeRae into the ring. Then she goes under the ring to get all the weapons and everything like that. Throws the trash can lid. It goes on the other side of the ring on the floor. That's number one. But after she's done pulling out all the weapons, you see the TV monitor underneath. So a little peek behind the curtain. That's how you know the spot for the people that are hiding under the ring.
Yeah.
They time it for them to come out.
Yeah, it's always been like that. I remember there was – who was it? It was Hornswoggle had to sit under a ring like all night, and they put like a chair under there for him, put some water, some snacks, a little piss bucket, a monitor, so he knew when his spot was to come out.
And he still had like 7 feet of clearance from the ring.
Yeah. He said, though, he was around the time of Umaga. And Umaga, every time he said Umaga was on top of him and he'd feel that jump, he said it hit him right in the head. So, yeah, there's secrets of the business we're giving them out, Chris.
I know. We need to stop giving our secrets out. So LeRae attacks Yim with a kendo stick. Yim turns the table on her.
Nice kendo shots, by the way. Those
are
good kendo shots.
It really was. I honestly didn't really think it was either a street fight or a hardcore match. I just thought it was just a weapons match because it was really slow and drawn out. Granted, it was a woman's, street fight. They fought into catering. They knock over a homeless gentleman. I don't know who that was. But
that's Heath Slater trying to get his job back.
That was this poor homeless man was just sitting there trying to get free food, and they knocked him over. LeRae sprays Yim with a fire extinguisher. Yim double drop kicks LeRae from the small stage through a table. You know, like Stevie Wonder didn't see that coming.
She caught the floor though pretty good. She kind of almost overshot it a little bit.
Yeah, she missed the table in general. Yeah. Like the whole thing. Yim did an awesome cannonball into the corner where LeRae had the trash can on her head. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The brass knucks are introduced into the match.
Sir William Regal will approve.
Yes, that was said. That was said.
Yes.
LeRae put the table. She introduced the table early in the match, put it up in the corner. They teased going through it and suplex and everything like that. But then later in the match, LeRae put it on top of the turnbuckle, and both of them got on it. Yeah. Here's my problem with that. It is very unstable. Your moveset is limited.
Very.
That LeRae takes the brass knuckles from Yim, hits her in the gut or in the ribs, and does a swinging neck breaker onto a pile of chairs.
I did like that move. I did too. I like that move.
And LeRae gets the win. What I liked was Tom Phillips. Like I said last week, Tom Phillips at the beginning of matches said, LeRae is no stranger to hardcore and getting violent. She was violent before she showed up to NXT.
Yeah, I did hear that as well.
I'm like, oh, well, I should get a job from either company anytime soon.
Yeah.
All in all, I mean, it was a good match.
It was. I actually was surprised that Yim lost this match a little bit. The way it was being built, I thought Yim was going to get the win. I thought when she did the cannonball into the corner with the trash can, I thought that was the point where it's like, all right, so Yim is about to close the match out, win it. And then when Candice LeRae pulled out the win, I was a little bit thrown back, but I was okay. I mean, they've been shitting on Johnny Gargano, which we're going to get into here because I know that Triple H definitely watches this show because I said something a couple weeks ago and then Gargano said it tonight. So I'm like, oh, okay, so both people are watching our show. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you caught it. As well. Okay.
So I think on the Thrasher rating, I give it the Thrasher scale. I give it a 3.5 stars. So it was a good thumbs up match. It was.
Yeah, it was a good match. It definitely. You don't expect a lot out of a match like that, but definitely it delivered. It delivered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Then you move into promo number 1. Mark Henry talks about the main event and his take on the main event and how Keith Lee is going to win. Why?
Why not?
And also, you made a comment last week about how night 1 of Great American Bash, this is how you're supposed to do the pay-per-view, limited commercial breaks, and everything like that. An article I read about that. Did you notice last night that there was picture-in-picture?
Yes, a lot of picture-in-picture.
USA said that they lost money last week on advertising. That's why they went to picture-in-picture this week.
Yeah, I did notice that. You had at the end of that first match, you had Mia Yim and you could tell they were trying to fill a lot of time last night. Mia Yim and Candice LeRae were sitting in the ring for, honestly, it felt like about 3-4 minutes.
Yep.
And then Gargano came out, and then Yim sat up in a chair, laughed for about a minute and a half. They were definitely counting minutes last night and how they can kill time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read it that USA demanded that they go to picture-in-picture if they didn't want to, so that they can get advertising money, because they said they lost a lot of money last week.
Yeah, I've been losing a lot of money fucking buying belts. So welcome to my world, USA. So the next match we have is so earlier in the night you had Tony Nese versus Leon Ruff, aka the Cheapo Depot version of Leo Rush. Dude, I mean, like they just did that name. The way they did that is, I don't understand WWE. We don't want Leo Rush, but we'll get Leon Ruff.
Right. Yeah.
I don't understand. So, and I like Leo Rush. I think he's a great mouthpiece. He was awesome. My man, Bobby Lashley. He was great. He was great. I used to walk around my house just yelling Bobby Lashley, going, "Ha!"
Yeah, but he was a great wrestler too. I think they just didn't use him right.
Oh, was he technically considered a short person, a midget?
No.
I mean, dude, he used bow leg. His arms were kind of chunky at the top, kind of like what a midget looks like a little bit.
He's either the same height or just a little bit shorter than Marty Scurll.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting. I don't know. Marty Scurll is killing Ring of Honor. I'm about to get rid of my villain shirts, honestly. All right. So the next match after Tony Nese beats up Leon Ruff. You have Bronson Reed get in and take Leon Ruff's back and try to, protect him a little bit. Mm-hmm. So he challenges Tony Nese, demands a match, and he gets it. And Tony Nese, what happened to this guy?
I said the same thing. That was in my notes. I said this is a boring match. Reed doesn't impress me. Nese is too good of a wrestler to be in this match like this. Wasn't he on the pre-show to WrestleMania a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Wrestling Buddy Murphy?
Dude, he won the title. Didn't he win the Cruiserweight Championship at some point?
At WrestleMania.
Yeah. So it's like, what did he do? Who did he upset to get put that far down to where you're like, hey, we're putting Bronson Reed over tonight? Okay, so can I just get my papers to go now, or how you guys feeling? Because obviously,
I think he slept. I think he slept with Linda McMahon.
I'm gonna leave that there. they honestly, Great American Bash, they should have put Bronson Reed in polka dots and dyed his hair blonde, just to kind of piss off Cody a little bit.
just so he can be
illegitimate child of Dusty Rhodes.
Just so he can be an Australian version of Dusty Rhodes.
Exactly. Why not? Why not? If you're gonna have Cody take the shot with the Great American Nightmare shirt, throw something else back at him. Have some dude come out imitating his father. Right. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Have him come out. If you're gonna bury Tony Nese, bury him correctly, and just put Bronson Reed completely over. Get no offense in that match. Have Bronson Reed pin him and hit the whole doom with the bionic elbow and all that. I would have been more entertained by that match than this pile of shit they gave us.
Oh, it was terrible. It was dog shit. It was the drizzling shits, as Bruce Pritchard says.
The drizzling shits. So,
goddamn.
I was waiting for him. There he is, Jimmy. What's up, buddy?
Motherfucker.
So, but all right, there it is. I give this match a
dud.
1.72539.
Dud. That doesn't even deserve a rating.
It was worse than that Loomis Roddy match a couple weeks ago before Great American Bash.
Yeah.
Where he didn't even get his hands on Roddy.
Yeah. Or he just tried choking out Bobby Fish.
Yeah, right. So we move into the next promo. Promo 2. Mercedes Martinez is returning. There you go, guys. That's your promo number 2. I don't know. I'm not excited for this. When she finally did come out, and we'll get to it. When she finally did come out,
I guarantee you, we haven't talked about it. No, we haven't talked about it. We'll get to it. I want you to hear my note about it.
Okay. Does it include the sidebar that comes down and out on her?
No, it's just her look when she comes out.
Oh, yes. Oh, we have the same exact note. Because I know who she looked like.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about it.
Oh, my God. All right, so then we get to our next promo.
They said I should have went to rehab, and I said
no. God, I hate that fucking guy. All right, so we go to promo number 3 right away, and we see Robert Stone going at Shotzi Blackheart, telling him his brand is on fire. And she says, yeah, a dumpster fire. And then that's where he throws some coffee, and it hits none other than Killian Dane in the back. So what does Killian Dane do? He picks up Robert Stone, makes him look like a punk, then throws him on the floor. Shotzi Blackheart runs over him with her extreme tank, the same tank that DX rode in on the Monday Night War. No, it wasn't that tank, was it?
No.
It was Brody's toy.
Yeah.
It was something that Roman plays in for fucking 10 minutes.
You know what would have been cooler if he throws Stone into the garbage can. You know, Stone falls down. He goes over to Shotzi Blackheart and says, "Hey, can I borrow this?" And he picks it up and drops it on him.
That would have been better. Not running over your foot. They got to be paying Robert Stone a shitload of money to act like a fucking jackass.
I mean, he was Robbie E on Impact, so he was a Jersey Shore wannabe.
At least he was in title matches as Robbie E.
I guess.
I mean, I'd rather be in title matches on some bullshit show than to be on a main roster getting shitted on, unless the money is just too good to be true for him. Yeah, I mean, what can they be paying him? $120,000 a year? Maybe. I wouldn't even say that much.
Yeah, it's that much.
If he's making 6 digits a year, I'm surprised. I'm sure you can find out. Thrasher is the find out all of wrestling.
Please hold.
All right, so while he's looking at that, I'm going to comment on Shotzi Blackheart's look and appearance because I tell you, I can't get behind the fact that she looks like a child to me still. I don't get it. Like, I get it's fun. Orange Cassidy's starting to rub off on me a little bit. There's starting to be some things here that I'm like, I promised Chris I would watch wrestling different. And I said, Chris, for the sake of our show, I will enjoy wrestling a different way. And I've been trying really hard to do that. But Shotzi Blackheart's not somebody that I can get behind. I can't. What, do you have an answer for us on Robert Stone's pay yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, all right.
Every time I type in Rob Stone, it brings up a rapper. I'm like, that's not him.
No, Rob Stone is the that's the one that punched XXX Tentacion on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Type in Robert Stone WWE.
I just did.
There it is. So, they go to picture in picture, and we see I put Adam Cole and Bullet Club arriving. I don't know why. But now I'm seeing my note, and I'm going to Adam Club and Undisputed Era. But Adam Club and Bullet Club would have been better. Adam Cole and Bullet Club would have been better to see arriving. That would have been interesting. So
I cannot find his net worth, sir.
No? All right. So it's fine.
It's undisclosed.
Undisclosed. Yeah. It's probably not enough, to be honest with you.
It's not enough.
Not enough. All right. So next match is an impromptu match stemming from last week. Chris, you want to jump on this?
Swerve and Johnny Gargano. I said this starts off with a great technical match. Swerve does a great front flip to the Gargano on the outside. A good back and forth match. They might be setting up for a big push for Swerve. Gargano does an awesome poison rana on the outside. Gargano hits that spinning DDT from the apron to the inside for the win.
Yeah, it was a good match. He knew he had to keep the high flyer grounded. We know how well of a high flyer that Shane Strickland can be.
Isaiah Scott, sir.
Isaiah Scott. I know. I keep reliving pancakes and pile drivers.
Yeah. You know what? That would actually be a great thing. That would be a great thing if they send Ricochet down for their next NXT takeover and have him go against Swerve.
How cool!
And let them do the match that they want to do. Hey, Paul Levesque, if you're watching, the next NXT takeover.
If we see that, I swear I'm gonna lose it.
Okay, this is what day is this? The 9th? July 9th,
this is
2020.
July 9th, episode 14.
Okay. If next NXT pay-per-view at TakeOver, send Ricochet down and let them do the match that they want to do. If you want to get fans to watch your pay-per-view, let them do the match they want to do.
And bring in Penelope Ford for a one-off.
That'll never happen.
Why, they can't get her out of Kip Sabian's way down on the other show?
I guess.
Dude, I'm telling you, she needs to be on her own. She really does.
I think that's coming.
Definitely coming. Definitely.
Just like me.
No, I see what you did there. You sly son of a gun, you.
Motherfucker.
There was a move that Swerve pulled in this match where he did the backflip over the top rope, which is something that Swerve does all the time. But man, he looks just as good doing it like in a gymnasium and on national television. Guys, he doesn't let TV get to him. You can tell.
It just depends. It just depends on who he's going up against. Like, once he landed that move, I was like, okay, he's safe. Gargano's a really tiny guy compared to, where Ricochet's a little bit taller and Swerve can land on him and it can like soften the blow a little bit. So it's just like Breezango, Fandango later in the night when he did it. I was a little upset. Like the way he bounced, I don't know. I was kind of weary about him.
Yeah. Yeah. Where does this match rank on the Thrasher scale?
I give it a 3, so it was okay. Yeah.
All right. A 3. You know what match isn't going to get a 3, and I'm really excited for? Is our next promo. And that is Tegan Nox and Io Shirai for next week. Why not? Why next week? Why not this week?
Because they have 6 matches and 37 promos to get through.
Oh, what do you think's holding them up? Do you think it's the matches that are holding them up, or?
I think it is. Yeah. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can sum up the promo for you if you want. Oh, that Tegan Nox, she win. She go after my belt. Oh, okay. And next week on NXT, I fight her.
You forgot that we're the same person. That's another thing they said. They kept saying they're the same person.
We the same person. We fight for same belt and company.
There you go. You sound good. You sound great.
Motherfucker.
This man's you heard of the man of 1,000 holds? It's a man of 1,000 voices.
She's a heel.
Are you talking about Ronda Rousey? I'm waiting for Ronda to show up, man. Put Ronda on NXT. Make it interesting.
That ain't happening. She wants to have a kid.
Still?
Yeah.
3 wrestlers have gotten pregnant since she's left. Why can't she have a kid?
Maybe it's all the testosterone she was taking. I don't know.
Jesus. I was watching some interview the other day, and some dude was like, man, I don't get why no one, why they didn't go after Shayna Baszler like they went after Ronda Rousey. I get Ronda Rousey's a little taller, and, she looks bigger in the ring. They're both 5'7". The same height. I literally went on the internet and was like, how tall is it? How tall is – they're the same height. And I went back to the podcast, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
So, one looks better. One doesn't look like a man.
Dude, Shayna Baszler is going to be 40 on August 8th. 40 years old.
And what age is her forehead going to be?
52. That's just what the article says. All I'm going off for.
Is she related to Mercedes Martinez?
I don't know, but I know who Mercedes Martinez is related to.
Hey,
and we'll discuss that in a little bit. All right. So next we have Fantasma del Taco El Toro Delgado versus Breezango and Rockstar Spud.
Yeah. The only biggest pop of the night for me is Breezango came out as Los Conquistadores.
Yes.
They're trying to fill time when the match takes like 27 minutes to start.
Seriously. Dude, it took forever for that match to start. And
I understand what they're doing. They're trying to build the heat between Escobar and Maverick, but come on, man. Yeah, and if you notice, Escobar didn't even get in the match except for the end.
Not one piece. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like I understand they want Fantasmo Del Toro, El Taco Delgado to be risen to the top and just be like taking serious tag team. You're not going to get that out of Breezango.
Right.
They're not going to be your top guys if they're going at Breezango and Maverick. Right. Eventually, Maverick's going to have to get away from that picture. And that's going to push Breezango back. And then they're going to – I mean, honestly, those two guys, they worked well. Joaquin what was his name?
Wild.
Joaquin Wild. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
dude,
Raul
the way he
Mendoza.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, now tell me what you
sound like my neighbors.
You know, tell me what you call Santos Escobar. What's his name?
That is Fantasma Del Toro Del Taco El Toro Delgado.
Okay, that's funny because I typed that out, and then I said, if that's Escobar's name, then Raul Mendoza is the fat gordita, and and Joaquin Wild is the chalupa, because Mendoza is a fat luchador.
You know, I gotta agree with you. But I can see them going after Imperium. I can.
Maybe because they have a honey bun in their back pocket.
I don't know. I can see them going after Imperium for those titles. I mean, why not? You did it with Undisputed Era, with Red Dragon going after the titles and Roddy going after the North American title. Why not drape in gold with the cruiserweight side? Have them get the titles.
If you noticed, they're self-proclaimed, luchadors and everything like that. They never left their feet, and they did very green average moves.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at wrestling different, Chris. I'm trying to be more positive.
Joaquin Wild, he had the headlock and he was facing the wrong way, and he drug, I think it was Tyler Breeze, and had the headlock still and turned the hard camera.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, brother.
Yeah, well, if you're going to push guys, make sure they're ready.
So, where does that match rank in the Thrasher household?
It was a very weird ending for Escobar not getting into the match and not having any physical contact whatsoever with anybody. Escobar hits the Phantom Driver to get the victory. I give it 2.5 stars.
2.5. That ranked very high for you, sir.
Yeah, I wasn't very fond of it. The only thing that was really cool was the Fandango little backflip that he did, like the moonsault, the reverse moonsault. Yeah. That was pretty cool, but he landed weird. Like his knee was extended out, and he like bounced like he was on a trampoline, and that's never good if you have ACL, MCL, injury.
Yeah, you have those problems, Maybe those put Superhuman in there next to Tyler Breeze. He could take a bump.
Yeah.
So you don't sound
this is all for my juggalos and juggalettes.
Don't try as a husband. I hope you like it. Whoop whoop.
Fuck this shit.
I got into it with him, and I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Your mom loves it," or something like that. And he was like, "Yeah, so does your wife Samantha." And I was like, "Jesus Christ, you went all the way on my Facebook, dude, didn't you? Huh?" Shit, man.
This is all for my juggalos and juggalettes.
Are you a fan of Superhuman?
No.
You and Jim Cornette have something in common.
He's a heel, motherfucker.
All right, so next we have, this is where I say Triple H watches our show.
Promo number 5.
Candice
it's kind of like Mamba number 5, but promo number
5. Little bit of Candice in my life. Little bit of Raquel by my side. Jeez, I would love to have these people on the show one day. You're like Sammy Guevara over there, man. Fuck. All right, so LeRae and Gargano.
I would rape Johnny Gargano.
I am not gonna say who I would rape. So both had big wins tonight.
Oh, check your DMs.
Check your DM. You like that? Check your DM, baby. I got you. My little Spanish mommy. I guess Triple H watches this show as well, because about 3 or 4 weeks ago, when the triple threat happened for the North American title, and the winner goes on to face Adam Cole, I said Gargano should probably be going after Balor because that's kind of where that ended with those two. And Gargano does not go after Balor. He goes after someone else. And then all of a sudden, he calls out Finn Balor last night. How interesting.
Weird, right?
I feel like, Chris, it's just like we're watching our baby come alive. We're writing the shows.
Yeah, we're watching something come, all right.
That's only when I'm watching Penelope Ford.
Yeah.
So next promo was Imperium coming out. Number 6 was Imperium coming out, basically saying it's the era of Imperium until the Delgado, Del Toro, Del Laco, Del Taco people go after them. So
I got beef with you. I got beef with your people.
I'm telling you, man. Phantasma is going to be holding some gold here. They're going to just try and drape them because of luchas and everything else. So,
and then you have promo number 7 with Drew McIntyre picking for the main event. Like that's.
Did you consider these promos? Because I didn't write them down.
Yes, I did. That was 3 promos in a row when you only have 6 matches.
Why didn't they put Tegan Nox on this card again?
On the other show, just the first 40 minutes that I watched on AEW, it was constant bam, 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 bam. I gotta just spoiler. They started off the first match on the second night with the tag team championships.
Are they still champions? I haven't watched any of it yet.
You gotta tune in to night 2 of the Wrestling Paradox podcast to find out.
Ooh, right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is your plug. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at no Siri. I'm not talking to you. What the fuck is that? My Siri just turned on. Twitter podcast.
It's the only thing that you've turned on lately.
There's a cat that runs across the street. You better go catch him. Only pussy you're getting. All right, so next we have
fuck that Siri. You want to fuck my Siri?
Santan Garrett.
Santana, not Santan. Santana.
Santana. I said Santana, didn't I? What did I
say? Said Santan.
Satan?
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Satan Garrett versus Mercedes. Nobody gives a fuck that you're returning Martinez because all you've ever done in your life is you have been in the Mae Young Classic twice, and you've lost both times.
First off, Santana Garrett is good looking.
Who's her father?
Darth Vader? I don't know.
Oh, because they said her dad has been on outside of WWE, but it's always been a great wrestler.
Oh, let me see. Well, let's get back to our notes here. Martinez.
Holy fuck! It's Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my note. Holy fuck! It's Jimmy Havoc.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. I go, when did Jimmy Havoc go to NXT? Oh, is this the rehab that he goes to NXT?
So, there was some offense by Garrett, but nothing effective. Martinez for the win with some like fisherman suplex thing, and that was about it. It's Satan Garrett.
I know. I guess he's old. He's older. His name is Kenny Garrett. Dynamite Kenny G.
Dynamite Kenny G. Do you think he taught Kenny Omega?
I highly doubt it.
You never know, man. You never know.
You want to hear my notes for this match? Martinez
were they more effective than my notes?
Martinez comes out looking like Jimmy Havoc. Boring. Mercedes looks like a man. Martinez wins. Martinez wins with a brainbuster suplex. Done.
Is that what it was? A brainbuster suplex?
Yeah, they called it the Fisherman Buster.
The Fisherman Buster.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even bust a nut to Mercedes Martinez.
She looks like Skeletor and Jimmy Havoc had a kid.
Seriously, she looks horrible. And she honestly reminds you know who she reminds me of? She looks like Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, that's what I said. They look related. Maybe that's the next tag team.
Maybe. Dude, I would not be surprised if LeRae and Mia Yim became a tag team. That would be interesting. That was one of my notes up top, but I didn't get to it. But I think Mia Yim and Candice LeRae would look good as a tag team. It's kind of like that. Now, I'm not comparing them, but you remember when Stone Cold and Triple H had no one else to beat up on, so they got together and beat up everybody?
No, I just think NXT women, they're too small to be tag teams.
From what I've read on Dirt Sheets, and Dirt Sheets have killed wrestling, but from what I've read, they want to get the tag titles down to NXT.
Right, because the main roster is more singles oriented.
Exactly. So they're going to try and form some women tag teams down there on the other roster.
I can see Shotzi Blackheart and Mercedes Martinez getting together.
Or my baby Raquel Gonzalez. Sorry. I fell into imagination land. Imagination land.
Okay, on that note, promo number 8. Damian Priest and Cameron Grimes set for next week.
Next week, baby.
Punishment Rain
Martinez.
Chocolate Rain versus Cameron Grimes.
Stop disrespecting my boy like that, all right?
My name is Damian Priest.
Why'd they bleep out bitch?
I don't know. Because it's on the USA Network.
But TNT is like, you motherfucker.
They don't say the F word. They say shit, damn, ass, and bitch.
Dude, they are extreme over there. Maybe they should name themselves Extreme All Elite Wrestling.
All Extreme Wrestling. Okay, same acronym.
How about Extreme?
Stop it right now. Cody, stop right now. I have a feeling in about 6 months there's going to be a pay-per-view that's going to be called All Extreme Wrestling.
Oh, my God. I swear to God, I will lose my shit.
I'll kill your dog. I will fucking kill your dog.
Pharaoh? Fuck Pharaoh.
No, the dead one already.
Hey, Chris, how's your other dog?
Dumbass.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
All right, so...
All right, so let's get into promo
number 9. It's a
9 promos.
2-part promo here. Mick Foley talking about the main event, and then cross-eyed Shawn Michaels talking about the main event.
Did you ever see the interview with Rob Van Dam that he was doing on YouShoot? Yeah. And he was talking about Shawn Michaels, and he's like, "Hey, what you guys talking about?" He does the cross-eyed.
I love how he does this. He holds up the Keith Lee index card. He's like this, and he's like, it looks like he's looking this way.
Sir, yes, the one I was on the Keith Lee, when I was on the Adam Cole.
It's like usually. So fucking like
my mind says different. No, your right eye says fucking different, guy.
All right, he's like Crazy Eyes from Mr. Deeds.
Looks good to me, pal. I lined it myself. Dude, man. That shot from Jericho to the Jeritron 2000, whatever it was. What was it, dude? What was it? The Jeritron 5000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Fucking Shawn. Poor guy.
As he gets older, he loses his hair and his eye gets more and more cross-eyed.
Oh my God, man! That thing it looks horrible now.
Next year, it's gonna be right on his sinus cavity right here.
Seriously. So, Chris, what is next for this sloppy shop?
We got the main event. Keith Lee versus Adam Cole. Oh, baby. I said, the match starts out good. Lee showing his strength and size to overpower Cole. Lee went for the pounce through the glass, but Cole moves, and Lee goes through the glass. I thought that was spot of the night. It's a good title match. Cole hits a series of super kicks towards the end. That gets then hits the last shot for a near fall. Cole hits a Panama Sunrise.
Shut up.
A near fall. Keith then hits the Spirit Bomb to the big black cock. Big bang catastrophe for the win.
You know what I ordered, Chris? I ordered, because the whole time Chris was doing that review, I know you guys can't see me, but I was just back here like this. It's so beautiful. Keith Lee is champion because this baby right here is getting some Keith Lee side plates. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited for Keith Lee in the future of NXT. This has been the greatest thing ever because a lot of you guys don't understand what we're getting out of this. We're getting Red Dragon back because once Adam Cole is gone, that leaves Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish by themselves. We're going to get them back to Solo. I like it. I think there's going to be a lot of positives coming out of this. There's going to be a lot of positives.
Here's my question. You ready for this? If you're Keith Lee, how do you feel about it? Because you just had last year, or the end of last year, beginning of this year, you had matches with Roman Reigns, and you were toe to toe with Brock Lesnar in Royal Rumble, and you had huge pops.
Yeah, you are carrying a brand right now. He knows he's gonna be made. He knows he has a lot of time left in WWE. They're not gonna let him walk for anything.
I understand that. I understand that.
He's in no rush to get up to the main roster. He knows there's gonna be a spot.
For me, if I was writing NXT, and obviously I am, I would send Keith Lee up first before I send Adam Cole up.
Adam Cole's proven that he can wrestle on that main roster with them.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I know
so Keith Lee.
I know. All right. Can I talk? Please. I know Keith Lee has done that as well. But Adam Cole has ran his course in NXT. It is time to split up Undisputed Era. It is time for a new regime of NXT, and that regime is led by Keith Lee.
If they split Undisputed Era up, they lose all ratings, and then
No.
Okay.
No, Red Dragon is just too good to, when they come back together like this, they're going to look great. No more Roddy. Roddy starts teaming with Loomis. He goes to the dark side. That would be great. I'm just writing the whole show for him.
My interest. That's going to spark my interest.
I'm just writing the whole show for him.
Yeah. Wednesday Night Wars is going to be we're going to change the name to Thursday Night Wars because we're going to start reviewing Impact.
I'm down for Impact, especially with Machine Gun Anderson going, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, we're going to start because I will not watch NXT then.
Why not?
Because here's my thing: is you can only get so much Keith Lee and Karrion Kross.
There you go. That's another thing I wanted to get to. You were so hell-bent on Cameron Grimes saying, I'm the number one contender. I'm going to the top. Cameron Grimes, me, oh me, baby. And guess what? Who was at the end of the show? Not Cameron Grimes.
That's just – all they were just shown watching the match. That's it.
And that's all you need. They're next for the titles.
Okay, but last week, if you're going to have Cameron Grimes wrestle Damian Priest – a week after your Great American Bash, but then have him give a promo saying he's coming after Karrion Kross, or he's the number one contender. That makes no sense. That just works in backwards.
Well, I mean, nothing makes sense. It's WWE, but we just got to take what we got. I told you I'm watching in a more positive light, Chris, and you're not giving me any credit here.
It just made no sense for them to say that last week. Again, they were trying to fill space. That's what they were doing.
Well, of course they were trying to fill it because they had 48 fucking promos on the show.
Yeah, I think between both weeks and both episodes of NXT, they probably had in the 20s of promos.
Oh, yeah, easily.
And only about 11 matches.
I remember on WWE growing up, it went from 9 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 8 to 9 matches a night, easily. 8 to 9 matches. There's always at least 9 segments in wrestling in 2 hours. And then when they went to 3 hours, they kind of split it up a little more, and then you still had only about 11 programs with promos.
Well, that's the reason why I don't watch Raw anymore, because it's 3 hours and there's only 4 matches.
I'm completely disconnected from Raw. I'm completely disconnected from SmackDown. SmackDown and Raw might as well be in the same presence of Impact Wrestling because I'm completely disconnected from all of that.
Oh, I watch Impact Wrestling.
I just don't know how to watch it. I don't know how to watch it.
They stream on Twitch and on I think it's Pop TV, Pop something like that. But you can find their matches on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went on there and I watched a Ethan Page match. Yeah, I watched the North a little bit.
Yeah, dude, they're a great tag team. Great tag team. Ethan Page and Josh Alexander.
They almost look as good as the Bearded Belly Bullies.
I don't know. That's pushing it. But I don't know who those guys are, but they were really good wrestlers. I mean, we haven't seen them in a while. They were masks.
The bearded bed of bullies, right?
Yeah, they had masks, and then their beards just like floated underneath the mask.
You know, I was gonna pull the old Hulk Hogan. Shh. Like we don't know who the fuck you are, man.
But
oh man.
But that's the reason why. But this is the reason why I prefer watching AEW, because every week it's 2 hours. You have 6 to 9 matches. Granted, 2 or 3 of them are squash matches, but there's less promos.
Well, like I told you, this week I was more excited. So last week I was more excited for Great American Bash. I thought that was a great show. I was less excited for Great American Bash. However, I was more excited for the main event for tonight, of NXT. However, I feel like I'm more excited for AEW Fighter Fest night too.
From what I've read, because I already know that night 2 they saved the best for last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That mean Penelope Ford was doing splits in the ring right before I went off the air?
I think you're going to be very surprised with the Orange Cassidy match.
Yeah, like I said, I did see a highlight on Twitter, and he's kind of rubbing off on me. I'm kind of understanding it. You made me watch this stupid 7-minute thing, and in the first 15 seconds there was a naked dude in it. So it was a little weird to me, and it was like a blink of a second where if you blinked, you missed the naked guy. But I saw it. I rewounded it, and I took a screenshot and sent it to you and asked you what I was watching.
Gay.
Oh, it was gay as fuck. I was very upset that I watched it. It was almost as bad as my...
But you want to know what, though? Did you watch the whole thing, though?
About 2 minutes of it, and then my son started crying because he goes, Dad, how do you have a gay guy on your phone?
Then you realize, no, it's just your baby picture.
I'm telling you said that.
I was actually talking about your baby picture.
No. I know what you meant. I'm telling my son.
But no, that little mini documentary, it says that he started out as JC Ryder. He was doing all the same movesets. You know, he was getting lost in the crowd, and he wanted to do something that relates with the fans. That's when Orange Cassidy was developed.
I don't know. He's Denim Dan to me. That's all.
Hey, what's great is at the end of that that documentary, they were like, "Hey, Orange, what made you get into wrestling?" And he's like, "Well, I hung with a bad crowd. We stole cars. We drag raced on the street. We stole a truck full of electronics."
I had that feeling.
He goes, and then, The Rock showed up. We fought in a warehouse. Then he asked us to help the government. And Jason Statham showed up, and he was a cool guy, And then someone in the back goes, "Are you saying the plot for the Fast and the Furious?" He goes, "Oh, no, wait, there's 2 more movies, so it gets better."
It gets better. Dude, I couldn't get past I didn't even see The Rock in Fast and Furious. I couldn't get past number 3. Tokyo Drift was it for me, guys. That was it. Once Tokyo Drift ended, I was like, yeah, that's where Fast and the Furious died with me.
Well,
I never watched one of them.
Fast and the Furious died when Paul Walker died.
Dude, I never watched one of them.
You want to know what? You know how I order my steak? Paul Walker.
Hey, you know what my favorite drink is? A Paul Walker. Irish car bomb and a fireball. Ha ha! Wee! We just lost subscribers. Oh, man. All right, so where does Lee versus Cole?
I give it 4 stars.
4-star match, very nice. It sucks we knew the ending already. There were some spots in this match where Lee is trying to get up to the second rope right before he does the moonsault, and he's like, "I must break him," which I thought was entertaining a little bit. And then there was a spot where Lee hit he did something. I forget what he did. The clothesline. And he turned Cole inside out, and Cole landed on top of his head.
Yeah.
That was pretty weird, man. I was like, oh, shit, he looks like he's hurt.
Mm-hmm. And that was right before he hit the Panama Sunrise.
I don't acknowledge that move.
Well, you're going to acknowledge it on night 2, by the way, a Fighter Fest.
No, I'm not.
Because there is the biggest Canadian destroyer I've ever seen in my life.
Adam Cole hits the running knee, gets on the second rope, going for a second Panama Sunrise, and then Lee reverses it, hits a power bomb, hits him with the BBC.
Spirit bomb. Spirit
bomb, hits him with the big black cock, and then that's about it. At the end of the night, we look up in the skybox. You can call it a skybox inside the training center.
They were on a scaffold.
A scaffold, yeah, basically. We see Karrion Kross and Scarlett looking on, which tells me that is our next challenger for Keith Lee. Yeah, However, what belt is he going to be challenging for? Because are they conjoining the belts? Is this it in the North American title?
No. Here's my thing. I understand Great American Bash was taped. It was taped last week.
Obvious.
Karrion Kross. It was released today that Karrion Kross wants Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Not gonna happen.
Like, I don't know, man.
Is Brock Lesnar going to be the only man to hold the Universal, the Heavyweight, the UFC, the Division I, and the NXT Championship, and the IWGP Championship?
And Sable on his mouth.
Dude, he's trying to hold everything, man.
Yeah. He just needs to hold my dick.
So, I did not watch. I'm getting ready to watch AEW here in a minute because tonight's show was dedicated to NXT, so I want to get that out of the way. But from what I see here, NXT won in the ratings, 759 to 715.
Yeah, but if you look at the percentage, they only did a .20 in the 18 to 49, and AEW did a .28.
When did demographics become so important?
It's always been important.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. The demographics don't matter on Monday nights and Friday nights. They only matter on Wednesdays.
No, demographics matter on Mondays and Wednesdays. On Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard the word demographic with wrestling ratings before in my life until AEW showed up.
Well, because what they do is they take the 18 to 49 as the highest demographic that you're going to,
And that's just live. How come they're not counting Hulu? How come they're not talking recordings? How come they're not catching all this other shit? That's when wrestling is in change. Tommy Dreamer brought that up. I was listening to an interview about Tommy Dreamer with Tommy Dreamer a couple years ago. I was driving to work. I remember exactly where I heard it. But the Tommy Dreamer was talking about ratings with wrestling, and he said until they count Hulu boxes, until they count recordings, because that's what people are doing now. They're recording and watching the next day, or they're watching the next night, or things like that. So.
The reviews that come out mid-Thursday are the overnight. So it's watched overnight. So that includes the recordings.
That includes the recordings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm watching NFL Network, and NXT is recording, they're still counting my recording.
Mm-hmm.
So only 1 point. You're telling me 1.6 million people watched wrestling last night? That's it?
Yeah. I mean, you look at Monday Night Raw on Monday, they had the lowest rating in the history of Monday Night Raw.
I hear that every week.
It's dropping lower and lower. It was like the worst rated Raw in the history.
Are they at risk of losing their show with USA, their contract?
No, because they just signed a big deal, and they got NXT that's, it's keeping them afloat, and they got the Fox deal, so they can always go to Fox. But I think it was like barely over 1 million for Raw on Monday night. When last year at this time, they were doing like 1.9.
Do you remember the Monday Night Wars? It was like
no, I don't remember them. Please tell me them.
Like 6.4 to 6.1, 5.9 to 5.7. Dude, the numbers they were pulling in back then were nuts, man. It was astronomical numbers. You're talking 12 million people watching wrestling on Monday night.
Hold on. I'm going to show you something. I just looked over to the left of my desk.
Found your fucking flashlight.
It's the carbon copy of your mom.
Ew.
Look at this bad boy.
Oh, look at that. Did you just knock the dust off of that thing?
Yeah, I did. I looked over. I was like, look at that. And look at this. Look at that.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Double disc. Actually, it was 3 disc. Look at Taz. Look at old school Taz right there.
Old school Taz. That's after the Tasmanian Devil look.
Yep, and that's him and Sabu.
Oh, look! Hold on. Look what I found. Look what I found.
Oh, great! I don't want to see this shit.
Look what I found. Yeah, there you go. That's old school for you right there, baby. The snakeskin back. This was one they used in the ring.
Okay.
That's all right. You can call it what you want. Stone Cold Steve Austin touches. Looks good, doesn't it?
No, not really.
Some of Kane's blood is still on this thing.
Yeah.
Nah, man. So that wraps it up. What do you give the rating of NXT Gab night number 2?
I give it a 3 3.25 stars, sir.
3.25 stars. Well, that's a tough crowd right there. That's a tough crowd. For the matches they had, were you impressed?
For night 1, yes.
For night 1 or night 2?
Night 1.
Night 1. Night 2, you were not impressed with the matches.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, they only gave us 3 matches to be excited about.
If that much.
Yeah, right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for night number 2. NXT Great American Bash has come to a conclusion with a double champion. Join us this week for episode number 15, which is Fyter Fest night number 2, only here at the Wrestling Paradox Podcast. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Podcast Paradox. Make sure you guys put the order in for the shirts. Only $20 if you're a small through extra large, $22 for double XL, and $25 for triple XL.
And if you order a shirt, Joey will pour barbecue sauce on his nipples and lick it off.
Do you want me just to pull it up for you? Ooh!
I gotta put the blurriness on
it. That's what they did with Val Venus's penis.
Like Kayentai choppy the pee pee.
Choppy pee pee. Mike will appreciate that. Mike appreciates choppy pee pee. All right, guys, that is it. Chris, I'm putting you on the spot. Can we get a third show, a This Week in Wrestling show, please?
No, because that means we would have to watch Raw and SmackDown.
No, we just, anything we come across, all of our notes and shit that we talk about. We bullshit on the phone so much. We can put that into a third show. Say, in case you guys missed it this week, you saw The Undertaker farted again.
Dead man walking.
That's 3 voices we've gotten. We got 3 cameos, ladies and gentlemen. 4, because you said you wanted to rape Johnny Gargano. So, shout out Sammy Guevara.
Motherfucker.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Chris, say goodnight to the bad guy.
Bang.